It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Giants. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Go now. Good, 52. Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Whitney. Over the middle, it's complete.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Check, pink. Check.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Whitney.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Whitney. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Yeah, the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Back to throw again.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left.
Blue striker. Check white. Real green. Jet.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Gabriel Davis.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
McCann's got it teed up.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ready, set.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, confused.
They'll set up to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Azeez Ojulari.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
To throw on 2nd down. Whitney
over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Let's go now. Rail, blue.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here we go, set. Red, cycle. Ready.
They'll look to throw again.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Ball red. Blaster, 6.
Looking to throw on second down. Whitney. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
38. 6. Red. Black walk.
On 4th down, Whitney into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, Charles, certainly circle that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his... Get the football back.
All these years we've been...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On second down, they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Hurry!
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now a handoff running through the middle. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Ready.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Ultra. Go ultra.
He'll try again.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there.
His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Whitney. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact, wrapped it up, unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him.
On first down, Whitney. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
With no running. Backfield to help pass protect. All the receivers in their patterns. These are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Down.
Back to throw here.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Let's go.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They're going to look to throw.
And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be,
You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Strike. Ultra. Black ultra.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And down to the 36-yard line here. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd and 3. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what this. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Drill, 52.
Back to throw. Whitney. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go. Here we go. Triple 38.
On 1st and 10, Whitney.
Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Whitney.
Once again, he finds Slayton. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Whitney. Touchdown Giants! From 21 yards away.
And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Going up top for Miller. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Touchdown!
Kyle Pitts.
A 20-yard touchdown as his guys have now moved out in front.
Coup for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The quick slant, good for a 1st down, a gain of 12.
Watch out now, 50 Fury. Jackrack.
Operating from the gun, Whitney. That ball caught by Slayton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On the ball.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Giants have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. He's going to air one out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Off play action. Whitney. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
The Giants on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Second and 9 now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer, even pick up the first down if they can. It's third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
15 yards, first down, Atlanta. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to second and 15. They'll set up a throw. Completion left side to Miller. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Falcons have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
10 cycles. Hey,
Second and 5. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Ready?
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On the double. Strike. Check. Strike. Cut.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
Touchdown! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Falcons are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that one is knocked down, but I don't think it's going to matter. The defense looked like they jumped.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Let's go.
And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong.